But he was at Rialto forever, right? Like, forever. He's small, right? Flat bill, short guy. Yeah, he was a little bit of, exactly. Rough around the edges.
All right, so after we get this thing going, I'm going to pass the keyboard off to Kono.
Kono.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise and move your caps.
Okay, I already started the stream, so people can find it, but I'm not going to start it yet.
Okay.
Or not going to, tell us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as we are here on a Friday night baseball, as we are here for the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic, as it battles between San Bernardino versus Riverside. We are here live in San Bernardino at San Manuel Stadium, home of the 66ers, and tonight, home of the Inland Sports presenting the Baseball Classic. I'm Jeff Gorham. I'm here with my buddy and co-host, Stephen Kono, as San Bernardino and Riverside are going to cap off a great season of baseball as the best seniors in Riverside County and San Bernardino County are going to face off for one last time, Stephen.
That's right, 25 players from San Bernardino County, Riverside County, representing 37 schools out of the Inland Empire.
Yeah, you mentioned that. A lot of guys signed scholarships, a lot of guys being drafted. A couple guys named from the Riverside. Eddie Rivero is going to Xavier University. We have guys going to San Diego State. The starting pitcher tonight, Aaron Eden, a great player out of Norco High School, like I said, attending San Diego State. And then on the other side, San Bernardino has another San Diego State guy, shortstop, Devin Lopez out of Cajon, your old neck of the woods there, Kono. So it's going to be a very, very good game here. Inland Sports is putting it on, and we hope you guys enjoy the show as we're going to get ready here in a couple minutes for the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Classic. We'll be right back with the start of the game after this few words from our sponsors.
How you guys doing today? Ray Bass here from Boost Training. I'm here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip is all about speed. We're talking about the weighted sled push. Come check it out. So when it comes to the weighted sled sprint, it's all about strength endurance. More specifically, building strength within the hips, the knees, and the calves. All right? So whatever sport you play, if you got to be strong and fast, sled sprints are for you. So I'm going to have Sawyer go ahead and get his hand placement right. We're going to get his hand about mid-height on that bar. He's gonna back his feet out. He's gonna bend his elbows and really get in the prowler here. Okay, so what I'm looking for here, when I say go, he's gonna drive his knees very powerfully, and he wants to apply as much force against the ground as he can. That's what it's all about, how much force we can apply against the ground. All right, so ready, set, go. So there you have it, the weighted sled sprint. If you're not doing it, then you definitely want to add it to your regimen to get strong and fast, and we're doing right here at Boost.
Well, we are here back with Inland Sports as it's the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic, Riverside versus San Bernardino. We're getting ready here for the first pitch. Riverside is on the field, and San Bernardino is going to be up to bat. On the mound for Riverside, we have Aaron Eden, pitcher out of Norco High School, going to be attending San Diego State University. At catcher, we have Jaden Kiernan. At first base, Gabriel Ramos. Over at second, Damian Sanchez. Playing short, Tony Bullard. At third, Eddie Rivero. Out in left field, Alex Householder. At center, Jamie Olson. And in right field, Braden Scroggins. We're about ready here for the first pitch. And now up to bat for first for the San Bernardino All-Stars, Eddie Aldama out of Grand Terrace. Eden with the first pitch. High and outside. Ball one.
Eddie Aldama had a great year offensively, batting .436. That's pretty insane for high school baseball.
Pitch on the way is called strike. A little outside, 1-1. Game time is 7 o'clock here, and a beautiful night here in San Manuel Stadium, home of the 66ers. Beautiful San Bernardino. Pitch on the way. High. Ball two. 2-1.
Yeah, it is going to be tough for Aaron Eden to get that ball down. Aldama doesn't look no bigger than 5'8", 5'9".
Ball's hit good off the third baseman, Rivero. It's going to be a base hit. Aldama runs over to first. Aldama, very, very good player out of Grand Terrace, as you said. The single here. So we got no outs. We get top of the first inning. Aaron Eden on the mound. Batting next, Deegan Riznez out of Rim of the World High School. Pitch called for a strike. Aldama over at first. Riznez at the plate. Eden on the mound from Norco.
Riznez comes in at 6 foot, 160 pounds.
Eden calls off.
A little confusion between the catcher and the pitcher, which is expected. Two different players from two different teams.
Yeah, not used to the signs yet.
And there are multiple. It's not just the pitch that they want to throw. It's also the location that they want it. It's also looking at the runner on first.
Jaden Kiernan, the catcher out of Corona High School, is going to University of Utah, Pac-12 school. Eden pitch outside. Ball one. 1-1. Eddie Aldama of Grand Terrace on first base. Aldama is undecided as where he's going to go next year in the fall. Swung on. Great pitch by Eden there out of Norco High School. Eden was 10-1 on the year, had a 1.3 ERA and 78 strikeouts. Pitch there. Good looking pitch. Called strike. 2-2. Top first. One hit on the board.
Eddie Aldama also on first had 8 for 8 stolen bases in the 2018 season, which is probably a big reason why he's they're paying a lot of attention to him.
Ball's hit. And over to short. Plays made over at second. And over at first, a double play. Tony Bullard over to Sanchez and back over to Ramos. 2 outs.
He played that Sunday hop perfectly. You didn't know what it was going to go. Balls like that can usually go under your glove just because the dirt might be soft. He stayed back, played it right.
Batting next is Steven Pedroza. Eden on the mound. Pitch right down the middle. Called strike, no swing there.
About a 288 on the year, but he had a 405 on base percentage, which means my man can get on.
Pedroza heading over to San Bernardino Valley College in the fall.
Nasty off-speed pitch.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the first inning. 1 hit from Aldama. Check swing, foul tip.
Aaron Eden on the mound has a very slow windup. It seems like it's throwing off the hitters a little bit. Even with that off-speed pitch, it seemed like he was expecting fastball, but every motion is the same for him.
Eden is a big pitcher, attending San Diego State in the fall. Playing a tough conference in the Mountain West, and he gets him swinging, and that will do it for the top of the first inning. Eden with a strikeout, 1 hit on the board, no runs, as we hit the middle of the first inning here at the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic between San Bernardino and Riverside County.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We are back here. Bottom of the first inning, no score on the board. 1 hit from San Bernardino. Riverside is up. Out on the field, we have San Bernardino. On the mound, Abel Madueno out of Grand Terrace High School. He was a Sunkist League MVP, 7-1 with a 3.6 ERA and 69 strikeouts on the year. And he gets set to pitch. Right down the pipe. Called strike. Braden Scroggins up to bat for Riverside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Braden Scroggins is a 308 batting average on the year, 3-year varsity, starting as a sophomore.
Out of Patriot High School. 2-1. Pitch on the way. Foul tip. Beautiful ballpark here in San Bernardino, the San Manuel Stadium.
It's actually one of my favorite things to show up really early and watch the grounds crew wet the field, get the lines ready.
Well, we were here earlier with the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports 1350. We're on every day from 3 to 6 p.m. in the Inland Empire. We've got a full count here, top of the first. No score. Ball's hit well to short. Damian Sanchez over to I'm sorry, Deegan Riznes over to Zuko Tillman for the first out. As Damian Sanchez comes to the plate.
Damian Sanchez, 318 on the year. I'm sorry.
Damian Sanchez out of North High School. He's attending UC Riverside in the fall. First pitch.
His average a little bit down from last year, batting a massive .438.
Madueno on the pitch, right down the middle. Called strike, 1-1. 1 out on the board here in the bottom of the first. No score. Madueno, a little low and out inside.
Looked like miscommunication between the catcher and the pitcher. Catcher set up outside. That ball flew on the inside.
Yeah, Steve Ramirez, the catcher.
Ladies and gentlemen, please return all foul balls to the dugouts. Once again,
Steve Ramirez out of Etowanda High School, catcher, outfielder. He is uncommitted to a school right now, 2-2. Madueno, foul ball again. Fouled into one of the luxury suites up here at lovely San Manuel Stadium. Good crowd here tonight. Sun coming down. Got a lot of shadows on the field with a beautiful mountain range in the background. Nice curveball. A little high. Got a full count, 3-2.
Abel Madueno, 8-2 on the year with a 3.26 ERA.
Sanchez fouls off.
He has 80 strikeouts in 66 innings pitched, so he's used to shutting down teams.
Yeah, San Bernardino had some great pitchers this year. Abel's just one of them, and he gets a nice strikeout there. As Abel will walk back up to the mound. This has been at least 10 years. We heard before the game. We thought it was the 8th year, but it's been beyond 10 years here for this Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic. And every year it gets better and bigger. Justin Solis is the president of the association, assistant coach out of King High School. Madueno threw a, looks like he might have hit.
I think it just flew over his head.
I think so, huh?
Lazy curve.
Crazy curve. Jaden Kiernan, the batter out of Corona High School, playing catcher. Right-hander. Going to University of Utah, where he's going to be playing in the Pac-12, one of the best conferences in all the land.
4-year varsity, coming in at 5'10", 215. Not a small guy.
No. Madueno pitches low, 2-1, 2 outs on the board here, bottom of the second. 1 hit. That came from Gabriel Ramos. And we have 3-1.
Kiernan also had 3 home runs on the year, along with 10 doubles.
Madueno. And it looks like Jaden Kiernan's going to get a free ride to first base. This is the first walk. We got 2 outs, though, here. The coaches for Riverside, representing the head coach, is from Vista Murrieta, Matt Mosiello, and his assistants from Paris High School, Flavio Espinoza, Scott Montgomery out of Heritage, and Otis Williams from Patriot High School. And batting next, we have Tony Bullard out of JW North. Pitch is on the way. Great pitch. Called it a little outside. Looked a little close to me. So we got ball 1, 2 outs. Man on first base. Pinch runner. Throw down back to first base. Gets in there in time. 1-1, 2 outs here. Medueno. Ball's over to first base. Zuko makes a tag, and that will do it for the first inning. No score, 1 hit on the board as we go to the top of the second inning here on the Inland Sports Show for the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
And we are back here. It's the Inland Sports Shows, proudly presenting the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic. It's San Bernardino versus Riverside. We are here at San Manuel Stadium. It's top of the second inning. We have a new pitcher on board. That's Jared Butler of Tockwitz. He is signed to play at Colorado Mesa. He's another formidable pitcher, large individual. And Zuko Tillman, the batter, out of Redlands High School. He's undecided. Jared Butler on the pitch. Nice change up there. Strike 1. We have no score here. 1 hit on the board. Butler. Nice pitch as well, right down the center. Zuko Tillman.
What a name. Can't do many things with that name besides play baseball.
No, I'm telling you.
Zuko.
The pitcher, first baseman. Jared Butler out of Tockwitz up there in the Hemet area, out of the Mountain Pass League. And we got 2-2. He is going to walk on at Colorado Mesa. He was a first-team All-League, 11-2 on the year, with 103 strikeouts. And there's another one right there. Let's add that to it. So 104 strikeouts on the year for Jared Butler out of Tockwitz. Batting next, we have Steve Ramirez out of Etiwanda High School, catcher outfielder.
He batted .304 on the year with 24 RBIs. Definitely want people on base when he's up to bat. Unfortunately, there are none.
Butler with a pitch. Another great pitch there from Butler.
Ramirez also has 12 doubles on the year, so he also gets himself in scoring position for others to hit him in.
Shadows now completely out into the outfield. At the beginning of this game, the shadow line was through the trees, kind of obstructed the views of the pitcher-catcher. Even and out. So we have a beautiful night here in San Bernardino. The gem of San Bernardino, the San Manuel Stadium. Butler throws high and inside.
Well, even
2-1.
Speaking of the sun placement, I'm looking at the outfielders, and it still seems that it's given them a little bit of trouble. It seems cleared out of the infield, but you see a ball fly up in the outfield, it might be a little bit of trouble with that glare.
And did he go around? Yes, he did. It's 2-2. Jared Butler looking strong here as the All-Star Classic. Got 2 umpire crews tonight. You've got 7 p.m. crew, which is John Lopez behind the plate. First base, Paul Rice. John Galvin at second, Philip Figueroa. And we've got a high pop fly. Deep. Right to the track. Bounces off the wall.
Actually, excellently played well off the wall.
Ramirez with a stand-up double. Great play out there by Alex Householder and Jamie Olson. But a shot nonetheless, and that's the second hit on the board for San Bernardino. Still no score. Jared Butler giving up his first hit of the night. Man on second base. Butler throws low and outside. You have Devin Lopez out of Cajon High School, attending San Diego State. 2-0. Devin Lopez, a shortstop. Butler gives up another hit to center fielder Jamie Olson with the catch. Man still on second base. 2 outs, no score. 2 hits for San Bernardino. Riverside here in top of the second inning. Now batting number 7. We have several number 7s here. Say Abel Madueno. Sergio Azaldevar actually is the batter. Out of Bloomington High School, is going to be attending Chaffee in the fall. He's a pitcher outfielder.
12 stolen bases on the year. This kid can fly.
Got 2 strikes, no balls. 2 outs here. Butler looks over to second. And he gets another strikeout. So 2 strikeouts for Jared Butler. And that will do it for the top of the second inning. No score. 2 hits for San Bernardino at the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic between San Bernardino and Riverside here at San Manuel Stadium.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. what sets us apart has to be, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
We are back here on the Inland Sports Show from San Manuel Stadium. That's the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic. Bottom of the second, Riverside is yet to score. But San Bernardino looking good with 2 hits. Abel Madueno still on the hill. Only substitution we have is Chris Harding playing third base for San Bernardino. Braden Scroggins batting for Riverside out of Patriot High School. Madueno throws in. 1-0. Pitch looked a little low. Scroggins looks. Madueno throws. Low, ball 2. This is one of the nicer ballparks in all of Southern California. One of the nicer ballparks probably in the country. Beautiful, beautiful night here on a Friday night to end the baseball season as we head into summer, as these guys go off to college and play professional baseball. We got 3-0 count. And Braden Scroggins sprints to first base as Abel Madueno walks his first batter. Now batting out of Hillcrest High School, Jared Billen, who will be going to Cal Baptist in the fall. He'll be playing in the WAC conference. He'll be part of that Division I transition in Riverside. Madueno having a little control issues as throws his 5th ball in a row. As the catcher goes out and talks to him, Steve Ramirez kind of gives him a word of encouragement. As Jared Billen
Jared Billen, 6 feet, 155 pounds. Not the most meat on his bones, but he played water polo. That probably explains it.
He's fit, though. Tell you what, he could probably swim for an hour and a half.
He would swim laps around me, I'll tell you that.
There you go. He's 1-1 here. So he's a water polo baseball player, is what you're saying. I don't think I've ever heard that combination ever uttered in the English language.
Me neither. But to be honest, it works for him. Batting .347 on the year. Outstanding pitcher stats.
In fact, his baseball coach, Scott Vollmer, over at Hillcrest, was the most valuable player of the College World Series out of Pepperdine University. He was a draft pick, had a career in the minor leagues before becoming a computer teacher over at Hillcrest High School. His son is also a catcher at Hillcrest. He'll be attending UC Davis. And Maduena gets a strikeout there on Jared Billen. Eddie Rivero out of Martin Luther King High School will be attending Xavier University for Riverside as he steps up to the plate.
Where is Xavier?
Just outside of
California, just outside of where we know.
I want to say it's in outside maybe Philadelphia. And it's a foul over there into the beer gardens here at San Manuel Stadium. Youngster retrieving the ball. Nice keepsake. And he's going for the steal. Great, perfect timing. A great throw, and he's out. That's 2 outs here.
That was an absolute cannon.
What a great shot from Steve Ramirez out of Etiwanda High School. Dueno's kind of picked up his pace, and there's a base hit from Rivero. Rivero's going to go to second, and he's getting called to third. And he looks like it's going to be no problem getting in for a triple. So Eddie Rivero.
Beautiful hit. Stayed back on the ball and just drilled it over the first baseman's head, down the first base line. And I believe they were playing a pull, so there was nobody over there for quite a while, getting him all the way to third base.
That was a great hit there. Great speed. Batting next, we have Alex Householder going to UC Davis. Going to be teammates of Cameron Vollmer out of Hillcrest. We just mentioned his father, Scott Vollmer.
He really picked up his batting average from last year, batting 185, but 325 this year.
Yikes. Madueno. The pitch, 2-0. Alex Householder said going to be playing in the Big West Conference, so we're going to have a few chances over the next 4 years to see him play at UC Riverside as they come to town. Madueno 2-1, 2 outs here. No score. 1 hit for Riverside. 3-1, 2 outs. Rivero with a nice lead. So we've got runners on first and third. We've got a Householder over at first. Eddie Rivero at third. So we got runners in scoring position. 2 outs. Madueno. He's going to be throwing to Jamie Olson out of Vista Murrieta.
This will be interesting how they handle first and third defense.
Ramirez, the catcher, taking a good look over at first base. Olson, a large fella. Very tall in the batter's box. 0-2. Oh, throws down to first. It looks like he almost got him. Like I said, Steve Ramirez looking down at first. Nearly caught him off guard there. Great play by the catcher.
I would say one of the most underrated plays in baseball. The back pick is one of the most beautiful plays when it's executed correctly.
Hey, if it's not, you got a guy at third base that's 90 feet away in scoring position. Got to have a lot of confidence for that play. Madueno.
Not only have confidence, but you have to have communication with your first baseman or whoever is covering the bag, because catchers usually don't exactly have a sign. It's more on feel, and when they throw it, you better be ready.
Our guy Zuko, as we said, is the best name in baseball, was aware over at first base. Dueno steps off the mound. Gets refocused here. 0-2. And it's going to be base hit. A runner will score. So Olson gets the RBI single. We got runners at first and second. And the first score of the game. Riverside on top. Braden Scroggins at the bat, at the plate.
Back to the top of the lineup.
Madueno trying to work out of a jam here. 2 outs.
He's really starting to pull off these last few pitches. trying to hit that outside corner.
2-0. Bottom of the second here. 1-0 Riverside. On the RBI single by Jamie Olson of Vista Marietta. Dueno finally gets one there. It's 2-1. As the sun is starting to set. The field just outside of right field has a little bit of shadows. Both lines, 330 out and right, 330 out and left, 410 dead center. And called strike. We've 2-2. Big leads from first and second. When Dueno delivers. Gonna call foul tip. Now, this is one of the nicer ballparks here. Did you play here as a player ever?
Yes. The County Clash started around the time that I played, and my brother also played here before me. But playing on a big league, it's equivalent to a big league stadium. It really makes you feel like if this is what you want to do for the rest of your life.
He's Stephen Kono. I'm Jeff Gorham. We are here with the Inland Sports Show, covering the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic. As we got a full count here with Abel Madueno. As he's throwing to Braden Scroggins out of Patriot High School. That's going to be a hit to the right field. Foul ball. Great catch over there by the... Was that the bullpen out there in right field hanging out?
Yes, it is.
There's about 100 guys sitting in chairs over there. They want to play They want to play. And then you look over here. There's no one on the left side. No one in left field.
They have the real...
Maybe
they have the real professional attitude over there. Sending their pitchers down. Pitchers are really odd individuals. That's why real players that play everyday defense really can't really handle that personality sometimes.
Run on first and second. And they're going to call him out on strikes. Scroggins thought it was a ball. Was trotting down to first base, but Madueno puts him out as we end the second. But Riverside gets a score, 1-0 on 2 hits here as we head off to hear from another one of our sponsors here on the Inland Sports Show from San Manuel Stadium.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for. We
are here Top of the third inning, Riverside on top 1-0 over San Bernardino here at the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic from San Manuel Stadium. I'm Jeff Gormy, Stephen Kono. And on the mound now for Riverside, we have Cruz Barrios, and he's throwing to Clay Owens of Norco. Cruz Barrios out of Santiago High School. 2-0. Justin Shields of Summit is thrown out by Matt Ivanovich of Elsinore High School. Will be attending RCC. Throws it over to Abel Maduenio. Throwing a pretty good game here tonight. He's the batter. Barrios throws it. Nice swing. Foul to the left side of the field.
If this was a round field, he'd be great. Abel Madueno coming in at 6 feet, 187 pounds. He was actually a transfer from Rialto High School.
Oh and 2 here. 1 out. 1 run for Riverside. No runs for San Bernardino. High ball 1. 1 and 2.
Not only can Madueno pitch, but he can swing it as well. Batting .420 on the year, 9 triples, 4 doubles.
Barrios attending the Riverside City College next year. It's going to be a fly ball to right field. Scroggins with the grab. 2 outs.
Now batting number 10, Eddie Aldama.
Nathan Hemmerling. Was playing right field for Riverside with that catch. Eddie Aldama had a single in the first inning. Fouls away. 0-2.
.436 batting average, 41 runs. Knows how to score himself, as well as others, with 30 RBIs on the year.
High and outside. 1-2. And got him swinging. Barrios looking solid here as he goes down 1-2-3 as we go middle of the third. 1-0 Riverside. We'll be right back from the Inland Sports Show at San Manuel Stadium.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
It's the Inland Sports Show here as we are at the All-Star Classic of the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association. We're bottom of the third, Riverside up 1-0. Now pitching for San Bernardino, Chris Harden.
This game represents 50 players of the best players from the Inland Empire and 38 college commits out of this group.
That's a lot of commits. A lot of games are going to be played over the next 4 years. Harden out of San G is going to be attending the U of R next year, so everybody's, oh, it's a nice shot. From Damian Sanchez from John W. North. And he's going to be in there for a stand-up double.
Well played by Aldama out there in center field. Taking the right angle, all you can do with that ball, to be honest.
Yeah, Aldama showing some great athletic ability here tonight. Showed great foot speed as he got that single in the first inning. Damian Sanchez. Jaden Kiernan batting for Riverside out of Corona High School. Played a little catcher in the previous first 2 innings, and he hits a shot to right field. You're going to see the foot speed of Kiernan. As we're going to have one runner cross the plate, and Kiernan in for a stand-up double as Damian Sanchez of John W. North is going to cross the line.
Definitely not afraid to swing at that first pitch. Just drilled it down the first base line.
As we had,
for his size, he has some speed too.
Tony Bullard of John W. North going to the University of Arizona is up to the plate. Chris Harden on the mound. 2-0 here at the bottom of the third. 1 run across the plate in the third, 1 in the second.
Tony Bullard, a 4-year varsity starter, batting .349 on the year.
Harden throws outside, 2-0. Jaden Kiernan, catcher out of Corona, still at second. I thought they were going to bring in a pinch runner for him, but so 3-0 to Bullard. As we have a little movement in the bullpen for San Bernardino. And that's going to be hit high, right behind the plate. And Harden will make the catch. And that will get the monkey off his back. And that will be the first out. We mentioned earlier a couple of the senior All-Star Game umpires. Philip Figueroa over at third base, Robert Hurtado, the left field line, and we're going to finish out with Dan Chrisman on the right field line. Harden. To Gabriel Ramos out of Patriot High School. First baseman pitcher. This is going to be attending Azusa Pacific. Going to be playing in the...
Fun fact about Patriot High School is their AD is still Ray Marisnik, whose infamous son plays for your Houston Astros.
Your Houston Astros.
Or my Houston Astros,
yes,
either way.
Exactly. You should just say my Houston Astros. Jake Marisnik, a great player out of Poly High School. Played football as well. Harden throws a pitch. It's 2-0 to Ramos. Ramos, a left-handed hitter. Kiernan, second base. 2-0 Riverside over San Bernardino. On a beautiful Friday night in San Manuel Stadium.
It is, isn't it?
The 66ers are just playing down the road this evening over in Rancho Cucamonga.
It's kind of like our version of the Freeway Series.
San Bernardino Riverside, the 2:15 91-10-60 clash.
15. Name them all.
I name them all, exactly. Harden, 3-1. And Ramos walks for the second time tonight. And I'll tell you what, he sprints as fast as he can. You got to like that.
I was just thinking the same thing.
If I did that, my heart would probably explode. But I'll tell you, he's showing that he's going to play hard no matter what. Jared Billion out of Hillcrest will be going to Cal Baptist.
Do you think anybody ever said Jared's in the billin'?
It could be. You just did. Batting next, Jared is in the building. It's going to be a ground ball. Hit over to Zuko. And there's an air's thrown out to left field. And our boy Kiernan will cross the plate.
I believe that air would have to go to the first baseman, throwing that really low.
I was obstructed. I could not see the play. I had a big camera in my way. Eddie Rivero from King High School, like I said, attending Xavier University, with one out here. 3-0 Riverside. 2 across here in the third. Runners on first and third. That shot, that's a good ball hit to center field. Eddie Aldama as they tag up. And that will be a sacrifice and an RBI as Gabriel Ramos crosses the plate.
He sprinted to first. You know he's going to sprint to home.
Of course he is. He's going to score. He's got 2 walks and a score. As we have three across in this bottom of the third. 4-0 Riverside. 2 outs. Harden throws low and outside. Billen, who's in the building, is at first base out of Hillcrest, going to CBU in the fall. And that's going to be a base hit out to right field as Householder.
Another ball squared up, hit to the opposite field. It's very impressive, to be honest, at this age to see so many players hitting to the opposite field.
Now Jamie Olson, second at bat tonight. We have runners on second and first, 2 outs, 4-0. Bottom of the third. The Inland Sports covering tonight's game here at San Manuel, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association. That's a lot to say.
You did very well.
It's a tongue twister as the sun has gone down. It's a twilight, beautiful night here, Friday night. Baseball, capping off the season, which we had a couple CIF champions. UKIPA, CIF champions. Then in softball we had Norco, who's the world champions, number 1 ranked team. And it's a ground ball hit to the shortstop. Great play. And he's safe there.
Beautiful throw, but yeah, you weren't catching those wheels down first base.
A great stop by the shortstop.
Saved a run. I believe that ball got through.
I think that was Devin Lopez out of Cajon High School.
Billen would have been on his way home.
As the bases are loaded here, 2 outs, Harden on the mound. Ryan Rodriguez out of Rancho Mirage.
4-year varsity player, .395 batting average. 30 hits, 20 runs on the year.
He's going to be attending Sacramento State up by our buddy Pep Fernandez's ballpark, where he's from, Maplewood, California.
Maplewood?
I think it's Cottonwood, but.
Or Daly City, or.
Yeah. Pep is from someplace with a wood in it. Lots of wood. He used to make rafts and float in the mud. Harden, 2-1 here. 2 outs, 4-0 Riverside. It's 3 cross here in the third. Harden working his way out of a jam. Rodriguez at the plate. Call strike 2-2. A lot of people here tonight. All sitting behind the plate. It's a nice summer evening. And we have a full count to Rodriguez, a natural shortstop. We don't get a chance to see Rancho Mirage. It's out there in the desert. Can't play too much baseball there in the summer. It gets to be 150 degrees, and it's foul tip to the right side.
They're lizards, I heard. It's okay. They just dry out their scales.
A lizard, turtles, and cacti.
Exactly.
A few Joshua tree thrown into the cacti. And they're going to call a strike on that, and that will end a tough inning for San Bernardino as 3 cross the board for Riverside. 4-0 Riverside as we head into the 4th inning here from San Manuel Stadium, and brought to you by the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports 1350.
How you guys doing today? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip is all about strength. And of course, it's very specific to speed. We're talking about the single leg supported low squat. Come check it out. So when it comes to athletic performance, and more specifically speed, it's all about the ability to generate force, all about being nice and strong. Now, running is a single leg motion. So it makes sense that you have to have a great foundation of strength. You gotta have single leg strength. So this exercise really works on that single leg strength here with a deep bend in the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So what Mike is gonna do is gonna have an open hand grip, all right? He's gonna get nice and tight to the rack. He's gonna be doing this, he's gonna have his right foot on the ground. He's gonna flex his left knee, all right? He's gonna lower himself nice and easy. He's gonna tap that left knee on the ground and then come up. Now go ahead and do a couple reps here, Micah. All right, so what we want here is we really want to emphasize pushing that left foot in the ground, that right foot in the ground and not pulling himself up, which is why we have the open hand grip. And as I mentioned before, really getting that deep bend in the ankles, the knees, and the hips, just as if we were sprinting. So if you're not doing this exercise, you really want to add it to your repertoire because it's a great drill for building speed and generating force. We do it right here at Boost.
We're back here at the top of the 4th inning. Riverside on top 4-0 over San Bernardino. Deegan Riznes at the plate from Rim of the World. Now pitching for Riverside, Zach Overturf will be attending Cal Poly next year. He's out of Arlington High School. Riznes out of Rim of the World. In fact, if you look up just above center field and you look at 2 o'clock, there you go. There's Rim of the World High School. Right there in the mountains. There it is. Pep is our cameraman tonight, and there's Rim of the World High School in view. Beautiful twilight evening on a Friday night. Overturf. Nice stirrups there. It's going to be hit back to Overturf. And thrown out at first base.
Great play by Overturf. Balls hit like that, nubbed off the end of the bat, usually have an odd spin. You can just take off out of your glove.
First baseman, our favorite guy tonight, Gabriel Ramos over at first. He runs everywhere. He ran right back to first base at about 8 feet, but it was a dead sprint as Overturf made the play.
Zach Overturf has a 4-to-1 walk to strikeout ratio with 62 strikeouts and 18 walks.
I'm just happy you said ratio. We have Jacob Carlos batting out of Silverado High School. up there in the high desert. So if Pep were to pan up to the left, we might be able to see just the mountainside of where Silverado High School is. There it is. If you go over that hill, there's Silverado High School. Overturf throws. And he's going to get a free base as Overturf walks the first batter.
Now batting number 44, Oscar Rosas.
Oscar Rosas is the next batter out of your Cajon High School. He's going to be attending Chaffee College next year. First baseman, outfielder. And he gets drilled in that shoulder. Overturf having some problems here.
Don't rub it.
Don't touch. Don't do it.
Do you know why they say don't rub it?
No, I don't there, Stephen Kono.
I've been told it's because it makes the bruise bigger.
Stop it.
Yeah, like it moves the blood
No,
around.
that only works for hickeys, not being hit by baseballs.
Interesting. Kind of the same thing, though, a collection of
No,
blood.
you know what you're supposed to do with that? Is if somebody had a wet or a cold spoon in the dugout, they take that cold spoon and they go out there and they put it right on it right away, and that will get rid of it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you
Wow.
this. A cold spoon works every time when you get hit with a baseball or a hickey. In this case, he was hit by a baseball and he got to first base. Overturf. 1 out on the board here. Called strike. Marco Carbajal out of Bloomington, going to Chaffee next year. The batter. That's going to be an extra base as the pass ball gets by Clay Owens of Norco. So we got runners on second and third. San Bernardino looking to score as they are down 4-0 here in the top of the fourth inning.
Marco Carbajal coming in kind of like Jose Altuve at 5'4".
Also the same size of my son. Carbajal with a nice bloop to right field. And Tony Bullard makes the throw, and that will bring the first score for San Bernardino's. We're 4-1 here in the top of the fourth inning. Jonathan Carlos out of Silverado as well is going to be playing. He's going to be a dirtbag next year and play for Long Beach State. Carlos out of Silverado High School.
Sounds like he brought a lot of friends and family to the game.
Yeah.
About half the crowd cheered for him.
400 people came to check him out. Over turf. 2 outs working here. It's going to be low and outside to Carlos. Carlos, the pitcher shortstop. Fouled right into the dugout of Riverside.
Jonathan Carlos batting .411 on the year with a .630 slugging percentage. That's pretty incredible.
Overturf throws. Having a little control issues here. He's thrown low and outside. 2-2, 2 outs. Top of the fourth. Riverside up 4-1 as San Bernardino got 1 here in the fourth inning. That one's a little high and outside. It's 3-2.
Like we mentioned a little bit earlier, 38 colleges are being represented at this game for college commits, but 28 different colleges. The Inland Empire really becoming a recruiting hotbed for the country in a way.
As well they should. A lot of the best baseball players in the world come from the Inland Empire. As Overstreet gets himself out of a jam. 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino here at San Manuel Stadium, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic. We'll be right back.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
We're back. It's Friday night, and it's a fantastic night here in San Bernardino at San Manuel Stadium. It's a 4-1 lead for Riverside as the CIF champion Vincent Alvarez is going to take the mound for IEBCA, the Division II title holders. The last time they won it was in 1994. They were on the Inland Sports Show earlier this week. They came in and talked about their success. There was about 100 of them in studio. All of them excited to be on the sports show with Pep Fernando's on Fox Sports 1350 AM.
Played their final game over at Cal State Fullerton against
the alma mater of Stephen Kono.
You know it, and of Justin Turner, famous Dodger.
And Kevin Costner. Come on, he's the most famous. Forget Justin Turner. We got Kevin Costner. He's dancing with wolves. What's Justin Turner doing? He's dancing at third.
Did he play in a baseball movie too?
Yes, he did. Field of Dreams, Betty. Field of Dreams. But right now, batting for Riverside out of Centennial High School, Taylor Ouellette. That's a tough word to say. Ouellette. Going to Mount Sac. He's a
6'1", 195 pounds, 3-year varsity starter.
Alvarez looking good here. 1-2. No outs here. 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino. Low and outside. Beautiful night here, though, for baseball. Everybody's enjoying hot dogs, nachos, maybe some chili beans on those hot dogs.
And if anybody's listening to this here at the game, we would love some. We're right behind home plate.
If you'd like to watch us or listen to us, we are every single day on Fox Sports 1350. We are the Inland Sports Show. I'm one half of the duo. I'm Jeff Gorham. He's Steve Kono. On the directing duties tonight is our favorite guy in the entire world, Pep Fernandez. So we have one out. That was a strikeout there from Vincent Alvarez. Tell you, this is a great, great game for these seniors as they head off to either go to college and play, possibly play professional baseball, or retire after this game. So a lot at stake for these guys. A great experience nonetheless, and the game is longer than 10 years old. as we have A.J. Parcero out of San Jacinto, who will be going to Concordia University, a great university in Irvine. We have 2-0. 1 out here. Bottom of the 4th inning. Alvarez throws fastball right down the pipe.
What a
2-1.
pitch. Vincent Alvarez, 7-3 on the year with a 1.94 ERA. And he does have a shutout on his record.
He has the best stirrups and pants right now on the field. I love the old school look.
Very Rick Ankiel.
Rick Ankiel,
Pitcher turned outfielder.
center fielder. He was pretty good. He was crazy, though, as a pitcher, though.
But
he
a
had,
great.
He had the yips. That's my favorite word right now, and that's a ground ball hit to the third baseman. And it's going to be as they're going to call, he is injured, but they're going to call him safe. It is an all-star game, as he looks like he might have twisted his ankle on that play.
One too many pump fakes by the third baseman.
Yeah.
Threw it low, short hop to first baseman.
So A.J. Parcero, who has played catcher, is looks like he's going to get a pinch runner, and I hope he is okay. Tony Bullard out of John W. North, going to the University of Arizona. It looks like he's going to pinch run for him, as Parcero is going to walk himself off the field.
Concordia coaches holding their breath.
As everybody gives him a nice round of applause here. Now batting Clay Owens out of Norco High School, and Clay is going to USC. So
Fight on. 6'1", 185 pounds.
got some great credentials if he's headed to USC, a great Pac-12 institution, great history of baseball. So one man on base here. 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino here at the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association Classic at San Manuel Stadium. I'm Jeff Gorham. He's Steve Kono. And there's a stolen base.
I don't think he ever saw him leaving. He left before he even lifted his leg.
Tony Bullard, pitcher, third baseman out of JW North. 1 out here. 11 pitches for Vincent Alvarez. High kick. Fouled off the foot of Owens.
Now those Owens jerseys, that's like old school Royals.
Those are the most beautiful colors ever put together, is that navy and Columbia blue. Sky blue.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Carolina blue. As he takes strike 2. 1-2, 1 out. Beautiful night. Lights on. Nice breeze in the air here in San Bernardino at San Manuel Stadium. Great pitch there by Alvarez. Inside, strike 3, 2 outs.
That was a beautiful pitch. 12-6 curve.
Next up, second baseman Bailey Riddell out of Riverside Poly High School. You have Bullard at second, the base runner. Alvarez on the mound. And Riddell at the plate.
Batted .346, 2018.
Two 2-0, 2 outs.
Coming in at 6 foot 160.
Riddell here, 3-0. See if he sees something he likes, or will sit on it. And he sits on it, and they're going to be a called strike, 3-1.
Those poly jerseys are very reminiscent of Miami University, the U.
You know what they're very reminiscent of for me?
What?
That circular thing you put paper in. Because I'm not a Poly Bear fan, but I am a fan of Bailey Riddell. Bailey Riddell.
But there's got to be a reason that you're not a Poly fan.
I went to Ramona, for
Well, there
gosh
you go.
sakes.
Ramona.
Ramona Rams and Poly Bears do not get along.
Never put a bear and a ram together in a room.
Nope. Man, I'll tell you what. Rams always beat Bears. Because they got horns. And that's called strike 3. Alvarez with the strikeout. Riddell will go to the dugout. And it's 4-1 Riverside as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning here on the Inland Sports Machine at the IEBCA Classic.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
It is the 5th inning here at San Manuel Stadium. We are the Inland Sports Machine. I'm Jeff Gorham. He's Steve Kono, and he is Pep Fernandez. He is directing, producing, capturing everything tonight here from beautiful San Bernardino. Nathan Hemmerling out of Citrus Hill is now the pitcher for Riverside. Batting for San Bernardino, Anthony Gutierrez out of Yucca Valley is going to be attending College of the Desert, and our friend Brian Silva will be out there. But I will say this about old Anthony Gutierrez. Have you ever seen a color like that on a baseball field? That is bright.
It's a bright yellow.
Pitch is low outside. Hemmerling lost his hat, but look at the flow underneath that hat.
Wow.
I'm telling you, that's something when you get out of the swimming pool and your hair is wet and you flip that back and you put that in slow-mo, that is something to be desired. Hemmerling throws right down the pipe. Strike. 2-2.
You should let your hair down like that one day.
I could do a comb over. Other than that, it's not coming back, my friend.
Nathan Hemmerling, 3-1 on the year with a 2.10 ERA.
And be fouled down the third baseline.
31 Ks and 33 innings pitched.
John Olrud appears to be coaching third base.
I believe that's Rialto's Johnny Ryan.
You are correct. The coaches for San Bernardino, head coach Brandon Ponce, as that'll be a strikeout.
I know Johnny Ryan's still active baseball in Fontana.
He's got a great batting helmet. Now the coaches now in CIF are required to wear batting helmets. But head coach Brandon Ponce out of Arroyo Valley. His assistants are Carlos Contreras out of Bloomington, Bobby Delatorre out of Cajon, Bill Eatinger out of Sanjay, as we have a base hit up the middle from number 16. Jacob Barriga will be attending the University of Laverne in the fall. Abel Mendueno, the pitcher out of Grand Terrace, up to the plate. As Hemmerling looks over to first base, no play. Hemmerling. Right down the pipe. One out here. 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino. As the lights are coming on around the city here.
Someone get the kid a tighter hat.
Yeah, or you know what? Put a rubber band around his head. That always keeps your hat on when you have a tiny head. He's got red shoes, though, it appears. He's elected to go with the stirrup look. A lot of flow. That's the term they use now, is flow. I called it hair back in the day. This is just flow.
If you played hockey, I believe there's a hair contest on the East Coast.
There's going to be a throw down to second, and that's not going to be the play. He's safe in at second. Jacob Barriga. Stolen base.
Throw just a little bit behind the runner.
Cameron Vollmer, now the catcher for Riverside out of Hillcrest. He'll be attending UC Davis. Dad, the head coach for Hillcrest as well. And Hemmerling gets the strikeout. 2 outs. Top of the 5th here. 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino at San Manuel Stadium. I'm Jeff Gorham. He's Steve Kono. He's Pep Fernandez here on the Inland Sports Show as we cover tonight's game of the IEBCA. It's going to be a pop fly to mid-center field. And that will do it for the top of the 5th inning as we go to the bottom of the 5th. 4 runs on 7 hits for Riverside and 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error for San Bernardino. As we'll be right back here on the Inland Sports Show.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We are back here on the Inland Sports Channel here as San Manuel Stadium as the IEBCA Classic between San Bernardino and Riverside County. Riverside on top 4-1 here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Alvarez still pitching for San Bernardino out of Yucaipa, the CIF champion.
Played a very good Beckman team over at Cal State Fullerton, who I believe had 2 players drafted off of that team.
Beckman, a tiny school in Orange County. Great campus, but built on literally a half a city block, and they have everything squished into one spot. Been there a couple times. Jacob Curiel is the batter out of Moreno Valley. Moreno Valley has been in the CIF championship 2 years in a row. Curiel swings. 0-2 here.
Curiel batting .451 on the year with 35 runs and 35 stolen bases in 29 games.
Holy smokes, he's stealing every single game and plus some. Alvarez, 1-2 to Curiel. outside. Friday night here is basketball ends, baseball ends, and we're going to have the dog days of summer, as the only thing we haven't left is pro baseball.
What more do you need, Jeff? What more do you need?
Nothing more than a bag of peanuts, maybe some popcorn, a lovely beverage, and sitting in the sun watching some baseball. That's a strikeout there on Curiel from Alvarez. 1 out here. 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino. 3 hits for San Bernardino. 7 for Riverside. No errors. 1 error for San Bernardino. Now batting for Riverside, Cameron Vollmer out of Hillcrest, attending UC Davis. Like I said, his father, Scott Vollmer, was the MVP of the College World Series when he played for Pepperdine. As the ball is just thrown all over the place, no one seems to want to catch it. As the catcher gets a new ball from the umpire staff. They changed umpires, if you didn't notice, Stephen. They're trying to use the best of the best, so they're going to go in 2 waves. They've changed umpires in between innings. That's a called strike, 1-1. Right now at 8, they changed it at about 8:15. Robin Bates is behind the plate. Alvarez in the windup bounces in front of the plate. 2-1 at first base. Started the game in right field. Dan Chrisman. And John Galvin is going to stay at second base where he started the game. And we have a new umpire, Lyndon Patterson, at third base. And Rick Trusty in left field. Alvarez delivers. Called strike. 2-2 to Vollmer. Paul Reynolds out in the right field line. All hired today by the legendary Alan Hollisey, who's the baseball assigner. Al Hollisey is a football, basketball, and baseball official. Does a great job. Been around for a number of years. As Vollmer hands out at a full count versus Alvarez.
Cameron Vollmer, 6'2", 210. Also played basketball.
Very good basketball player for the CIF champion Hillcrest Trojans. Under Jackson Wood. Vollmer will get a free base as he trots down to first. Now Matt Ivanisic of Elsinore High School, shortstop, will be attending RCC as the next batter, as Alvarez has 1 out on the board here, 4-1 Riverside.
Another player who really focused on hitting in the offseason. Last year batting .288 and coming in this year, ending the season at .407.
We have a pinch runner for Vollmer, who's the catcher tonight, so he's going to put on his gear as Alvarez looks over to first.
Ivancic also had 6 triples and 25 RBIs.
Yikes!
My man has some wheels.
As it looks like we have Braden Scroggins is the base runner for Vollmer. Inside and high. Ivanisic from the beautiful town of Lake Elsinore. Where you have the storm and you have a base hit.
That ball muscled to right field.
Ivanisic with a base hit there to right field out to our beautiful Yucca Valley. Anthony Gutierrez in his bright yellow shirt out there. Everybody from here to San Francisco can see him. The right fielder has the most, I mean, it's as bright as my highlighter that I use. It's as bright as the light that we're shining on. 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino. Alvarez looks. Clifford Brown, the batter out of Hemet High School, pitcher and first baseman, going to RCC next year.
5'11", 215 pounds.
He's got some mass, and he's a left-handed hitter. Looks like a power hitter.
Some call it mass. Others just call it power.
He's a very large individual, a tough guy. Solid, built like an anvil. Left-handed hitter.
He reminds me of that Chase Chamberlain, if you've been seeing him on
I
Cal
love
State
that guy.
Fullerton.
Chamberlain, the stud of Cal State Fullerton.
It's kind of like if you built your own creative player on 2K.
He's the guy.
Clifford Brown, right behind him.
Kind of a John Kruk looker. As we get a nice view of the fans here at San Manuel Stadium. Alvarez delivers, and that's a shot to left field. Great play there, and a throw to second. He's safe, but what a play. What an arm from the left fielder. Jacob Barriga of UKaipo made an outstanding play out there in left field. Nearly got the...
Yeah, plays like that aren't easy at all with a left-hander hitting it to right field or left field. Ball tails.
2 outs here.
And my man Jared Billen is in the Billen.
Billen is in the building out of Hillcrest, going to CBU. Chilling like a Billen.
347 batting average on the year.
Pitches low from Alvarez.
And how could we forget the infamous water polo player?
Plays water polo. Does it all. Chilling like a Billen. Called strike 2-1. 2 outs here. 8:30 at night here on a lovely Friday night. Starting the summer, we got Pep in center field as well. It's actually just Pep. And they got our guy, Pep Fernandez. You know, I tried to pay those guys to turn off the B just so we could have had Pep, but they didn't listen to me tonight.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. An homage to our guy, director, producer,
What a guy.
Pep Fernandez. He's just billing at the plate, my friend. He's just billing. He's Jared, and he is billing. Alvarez. Got a full count. 2 men on. And 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th as we are halfway through this great IEBCA All-Star game. Headed by Justin Solis, assistant coach at King High School, former head coach at Norte Vista High School. As the runners go, it's going to be a shallow out to Alvarez as he kind of grabs it like he had a peach basket.
An actually very awkward play. Usually pitchers are not supposed to handle their own pop-ups. It's the first or third to take control, but he wasn't letting go of that one.
No, he was not. He looked like he was running with an Easter basket and caught us. We're going to go here, take a break here on the Inland Sports Show at San Manuel Stadium. Well, we are here, top of the fifth inning here at the IEBCA Classic from San Bernardino, San Manuel Stadium. San Bernardino versus Riverside. 4-1 Riverside. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. San Bernardino 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, as Oscar Rodriguez is on the mound for Riverside. Could be a little wild pitch.
It's pretty interesting. He has kind of a double leg kick that can throw off hitters.
Jesse Holguin, the batter, shortstop, second baseman out of Grand Terrace. He was Athlete of the Week for the Inland Sports Show, the Marines Athlete of the Week.
Oscar Rodriguez is a 4-year varsity starter who actually has over 100 games played in his high school career.
And that's going to be popped up to the third baseman. And Alex Householder, Tony Bullard out of John W. North makes the play. Carson Phillips, the next batter out of Serrano High School, going to Cal Baptist, pitcher, third baseman. Oscar Rodriguez, though, like you said, has a unique way to throw the ball. He's got that double leg kick there to the left-hander.
Another athlete who also played football, dual sport player.
I would guess he probably wasn't a water polo player. So, yeah, if he's a dual sport athlete, I'd have to say football. Left-hander swings, fouled away here.
Oscar Rodriguez has a 4-4 record on the year, but it really doesn't give justice. He has a 1.08 ERA. So the games I'm guessing he lost, just not a lot of run support. 4 complete games.
Out of Paris High School. Down the road from the Fee, my hometown. Carson Phillips with an awkward, different stance as a batter. A lefty, holding his bat over his left shoulder. A little different.
.333 batting average. Little pop in his bat, 2 home runs on the year.
A little unorthodox, though. There's young people enjoying their time here at San Manuel Stadium. A brother and sister are messing with each other, eating some hot Cheetos or some candy, it looks like. That's going to be outside. It's going to be ball 4. As Phillips takes his base. Oscar Rojas, the next batter out of Cajon. Another formidable foe for Oscar Rodriguez. 1 out, 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino.
Oscar Rosas has a .361 batting average, 3 home runs on the year with a .530 slugging percentage.
Holy cow.
For those who don't understand slugging, it is whatever base, single, double, add those up and then multiply it by the base number.
It's going to be back to the third baseman. Tony Bullard's getting a lot of work tonight as he catches the fly ball. 2 outs here. Top 6, 4-1 Riverside. He's got a good walk-up music. Our guy Pep Fernandez, I bet, really enjoys this. Big and rich. I knew that because I am a country connoisseur. Seeing Costigan is going to foul up out to the tent area. A lot of families enjoying themselves out there. A young man goes out and gets the ball. Hey, he dropped it. Give him an air.
I wonder if you take it back to the concessions, if they'll give you some free candy.
Those kids are all going to be hopped up on Sour Patch Kids to throw the first. As Carson Phillips thought about going to second. We got Costigan at the plate. 1-1, 2 outs here. We're an hour and 38 minutes into this ball game. It's a beautiful night here in San Bernardino. Can no longer see the mountains. So you got a nice little skyline here in a beautiful ballpark. The California League, 66ers. And there you go. That's a strikeout looking, as that will do it for the top of the sixth. No runs. Score 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino on the Inland Sports Empire, the machine.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car, whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
It's the Inland Sports Machine here from San Manuel Stadium as the IEBCA Classic, as Riverside takes a 4-1 lead right now. 8 hits, 4 runs, no errors, 1 run, 3 hits on 1 error for San Bernardino. Now pitching is Justin Schubert, who is going to be attending New Mexico State University next year. A fine ball player. As number 26, Ryan Rodriguez, is batting from Rancho Mirage.
Schubert had a 6.2 record on the year with a 1.15 ERA.
Foul ball out of play.
And Schubert also held the opponent's batting average to a measly 200, right at the Mendoza line.
Right at the Mendoza line. Shot right to the shortstop. Shortstop, great play over to first base and in time for the out.
Another play very well. Sat back on it, played the hop, and used his cannon of an arm to get that ball across the field.
Now batting number 34, Brad Chesterton.
Now batting number 34, Brad Chesterton, out of Martin Luther King. He's going to Chaffee High School. He's a catcher, first baseman, and third baseman. Multi-talented.
.330 batting average with a .407 on base percentage.
Two and 0. 42. I'm sorry, it's 8:42 this evening. Hour and 42 minutes into this ball game. Bottom of the sixth. 4-1 Riverside. Schubert, the pitcher.
62 Ks in 55 innings pitched this year.
High leg kick. Check swing.
And another player with the stirrups.
I love the stirrup look.
Do you think they called each other before this game?
I hope they did, because I'll tell you what, I don't like the baggy pants, Barry Bonds look.
That's more of a Manny Ramirez look.
No,
but I
it's not.
agree.
How dare you? How
But
dare
I
you?
do the Barry Bonds.
Hey, Barry Bonds is a Riverside guy, my friend. We don't. Manny, where's Manny from? Is he from Riverside? Is he
No.
part of the Was he ever part of the IEBCA Classic?
No.
I think not. But Barry Bonds is a Riverside guy, so we always go with Barry Bonds.
You said it.
And I'll tell you what, Justin Schubert has the look of Raleigh fingers with those high stirrups and high look. The lean, mean Justin Schubert as he throws over to first base.
Nice little pickoff movie out there.
And we have a 1-0 count. A 1 out. 4-1 lead for Riverside over San Bernardino here at the IEBCA Classic. I'm Jeff Gormy, Steve Kono. And they'll throw down to first. Close call there. Great effort.
Very close.
We've seen some great plays tonight from the catchers. They've made the biggest plays. Throw back over to first. Foul tipped away. As we have A.J. Parcero out of San Jacinto batting.
Saw him walking around earlier. Brought his whole family out.
Great night, though. A little chill.
It is. Not too humid.
No, it's a beautiful night for baseball.
Little breeze.
Lovely San Bernardino, California. We're coming to you live from the Inland Sports Show. We are on every single weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. Pep Fernandez and I on Fox Sports 1350 a.m. You're probably watching us on the YouTube channel. And that's a base hit.
Yeah, that ball is absolutely laced to center field, and you can tell that he was on the timing by the last pitch when he felled it straight back. Wasn't fooled by the speed of these pitches.
No. And A.J. Barcero, who was hurt 2 innings ago, he comes off limping, but a nice base hit to conclude his high school career as he gives a nod to his fans in the front rows. And we're going to get another look at Clay Owens, the USC-bound player from Norco, the catcher, third baseman. Left-handed hitter. 1 out on the board, 4-1 Riverside. 2 men on here.
.415 batting average on the year with an 1159 OPS, which is when you combine your slugging percentage with the on-base percentage. Anything over 1,000, you're doing well in both categories.
Swung on strike 2, 0-2. Now, Steven, you were a ball boy for the 66ers, so you saw this stadium quite a bit growing up.
Yes.
That had to be a great time.
One of my favorites, to be honest. You sit down and you watch baseball, really, the whole time. Maybe, the umpire needs a ball here and there, but your job was to watch baseball for the most part. One of the things that I didn't know is when coaches flip out on umpires and they start throwing bats and balls and chairs out onto the field.
Oh, then that's your job. You got to go get those, don't you?
I didn't know the first time, and I just sat there while the chair, and then everybody looked at me like, hey, bat boy, do your job.
Well, Clay Owens strikes out there, and as we were talking, it's 2 outs. 1 strike on the Poly Bear, Bailey Riddell.
But honestly, bat boy was a very underrated position. You had to fill the Gatorades. You had to bring out the gum. You had to get them the towels. You had to mud the balls.
Now, how old was the young Stephen Kono when he was a ball boy?
12 to 14.
Did you get paid?
Yes.
You did?
Yes, I did.
What would you get paid?
I believe back then it was 30 a game.
$30 a game.
Yeah, so I was what, 14, 13, 14 with you sometimes have a double header?
You could
know?
buy lots of slushies from the concession stands. Lots of cherry slushies, snow cones, heat of the summer as the pitch is coming right back at us. Bailey Riddell must have not liked the term I talked about his uniform being a poly bear. But it almost killed me. Justin Schubert still on the mound. 2-2 to Bailey Riddell. Off-speed pitch there.
That was almost an incredible jump by the first baseman to grab that ball.
Runners on first and second base. Bailey Riddell batting. Ground ball hit to the third baseman. Easy out. And that will do it for the sixth. 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino. And we're going to take a break here from the Inland Sports Show.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We are back here at the IEBCA Classic. San Bernardino and Riverside. Riverside on top 4-1. Andre Granillo out of West Valley, who's going to be attending UC Riverside. He's going to play for Troy Percival in the fall, is on the mound for the first time here in the seventh inning.
Comes in at 6'4", 240 pounds. I'll give you one guess on the other sport that he played.
Water polo.
Incorrect.
Jacob Barriga is the batter out of UKIPA, the CIF champ, going to the University of Laverne. So righty against lefty as John Olerud makes his way back over to the third base. He was a little late.
Johnny Ryan.
Johnny Ryan.
Gotta love him.
Johnny Ryan Olerud. 1-0. Once again, top 7, 4-1 Riverside. Riverside 4 runs on 9 hits. San Bernardino 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. Granillo, the big man from West Valley, is going to be part of that 1-2 punch with Coach Percival's son, who played last year at Riverside Poly. Called strike, 3-2, full count here, no outs.
Andre Granillo had a very Zach Greinke type year when his record is 1-5, but his ERA is 0.167.
0.167, and he gave after that strikeout. He kind of threw a little hand motion like it was everyday thing for him. It's like eating a peanut butter sandwich. He ate it, and threw it away, and Struck out that guy. Great play there by Granillo.
Strikeouts are kind of in his repertoire. 104 Ks on the year with only 33 walks.
Brian Delgado out of San G, the batter. It's kind of tough to see these uniforms, and I can't see a number.
I like to call him Roger Dorn, who's been hit by the pitch 10 times this year.
3-0.
He also scored 13 times, which means when he gets on, he's most likely going to score.
Granillo, 3-1. Granillo would have had to jump, had a vertical of higher than 4 inches to get that ball that was thrown over his head.
I think the catcher cramped when he threw that ball back to the pitcher.
Had a little cramp? Yeah, I don't think I've ever been able to. You know, at one time I did play catcher in Little League. I was the biggest guy on the field, but I kind of enjoyed playing catcher. It was fun.
That's
a strike.
We're like opposites because I also played catcher, but I'm very small. So I look like a roly-poly.
You would fit into most of my shoe boxes. And I would not fit into most of people's refrigerators. I'm a large man. You are a little bitty guy.
I'll just take little. The bitty is
a little bitty guy. Justin Schumer is the batter. Justin Schubert out of Redlands, going to New Mexico State, the pitcher outfielder.
This kid can rake 372 on the year with 6 triples.
Top of the 7th, 4-1 Riverside. I'm Jeff Gorham. He's Stephen Kono.
Center field playing very shallow comparatively to left and right.
Yeah, it looks like he might be watching butterflies out there. He's not really kind of turning around, looking at his surroundings. I would too. You're playing in a beautiful ballpark. His fans are eating nachos and
it smells delicious.
I enjoy a good hot dog when I come to baseball games.
Do you?
Yes. But what do you eat on
Condiments?
your hot dog? Yeah, only mustard.
That's un-American. I'm a relish, relish, ketchup, mustard type of guy.
Our guy, Gary Adcock, the skipper of CBU, my mini twin, is here in attendance as you see him walking down.
Bald Brotherhood.
I love that guy. Down here to check out a couple of his players. Enjoying a Friday night here at San Manuel Stadium, home of the 66ers, or the Kikuyas sometimes.
San Bernardino County putting together a little rally here.
Got runners at first and second. After Granillo threw that first strikeout, he's struggling a bit here, but Barriga out of Ukaipa.
I believe that's CIF champion, Ukaipa.
Yes. Yucktown represented as the CIF champ. Last time they won it was 1994. Barriga with a swing. 1-2.
There's a lot of power behind that swing. Jacob Barriga, 389 on the year with a 500 slugging percentage. 10 for 10 stolen bases, so you don't want him on base.
And he gets punched out by the home plate umpire, Robin Bates, as Barriga will step back to the dugout. And now we have Sergio Zaldivar out of Bloomington. He's going to be going to Chaffee. Zaldivar takes a big swing there. Zaldivar with probably one of the cooler names here. Sounds like an alien.
Sure, his family would appreciate you calling them an alien.
It just sounds like his name would be Zaldivar. I'm Zaldivar from from Mars.
I believe in Dude, Where's My Car, it was Zoltan. Very
Zoltan
close.
and Zaldivar. I'm telling you, I'm going to name my next son Zaldivar. Sergio Zaldivar out of Bloomington. Pitcher outfielder.
373 batting average on the year.
Also one of those guys wearing stirrups, so you got to love him. Granilo to Zaldivar. That's a little high and inside. 3-1 count. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. 4-1 Riverside over San Bernardino. And we're going to have bases loaded. So Granilo is having a bit of a spell here with 2 outs.
Maybe a little case of overthrowing. Usually.
He's probably pretty excited, though, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, especially coming in as a reliever. I'm pretty sure he's used to starting and having a rhythm. So coming in right away and just wanting to show everybody what you have in 1 inning, overthrowing just a little bit.
Yes, exactly. You're playing in front of, the best players in the area. You got to probably be a little nervous, but
That's great leadership by the catcher going out there and calming him down.
now batting Jesse Holguin out of Grand Terrace. Left-hander. Bases loaded.
Scary guy to be up. 457 batting average. 38 RBIs on the year.
Big swing. 1-1.
Definitely not afraid of the spotlight.
No.
670 slugging percentage.
So San
So when he
Bernardino.
hits, he doesn't hit for singles.
No. San Bernardino looking here to put some more runs on the board. Granillo kind of working his way out of the bind here. And that's going to be it. That's going to be a foul ball. Very close to putting a few runs and possibly tying the ball game on that one swing of the bat.
I got excited a little bit right there. I thought that ball was going to land fair.
I thought so too. I'm with you.
Plenty of umpires here today, though, getting calls right.
Yeah, apparently we've got like 20 of them. They're changing them like hockey.
However, growing up, I was always told, win or lose, to always blame the Blues. It's never your fault.
Virtually the same spot. This time, though, a little bit outside of the stadium. Kids going to chase baseballs.
Sprinting. That was actually sometimes dangerous going after those balls. Multiple kids diving, elbows.
That's going to be hit to the third baseman. He's having a hard time getting a hold of it. And no play as a run will score. And we're going to make this even a closer ball game with 4 hits now, 2 runs across the plate, 1 error, 4-2 Riverside.
That was a great job keeping that ball in front of him. That ball was smoked. It looked a lot easier than
Yes.
it probably actually was.
Carson Phillips now batting. Future Cal Baptist guy. His coach, his skipper, sitting right behind him. Gary Adcock. That's going to be hit to the second baseman. The second baseman has a play on it. So we've got Bailey Riddell with a great play to end the top portion of the 7th inning. As we're going to go to the middle of the 7th, a nice little stretch here. We're going to take a break from the Inland Sports Show. We will be back with the final parts of this big game of the IEBCA Classic from San Manuel Stadium.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. we can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We are back here at the IEBCA. Do you know what that stands for there, Kono? Can you say it?
Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game.
Hey, good job, buddy, as we are here from San Manuel Stadium. I'm Jeff Gorham. He's Stephen Kono. He's Pep Fernandez. He is directing, and right now on the mound, Carson Phillips out of Serrano High School, the Cal future Lancer. 4-2 Riverside, bottom part of the 7th inning.
Carson Phillips with that high leg kick.
High leg kick and a really high release.
6'2", 185.
Jacob Curiel, the batter out of Moreno Valley, the 2-time finalist, CIF finalist. There's Carson Phillips, 1-2, and
A little bit of a no pitch.
no pitch. It appears that there was a miscommunication with his catcher.
Coming up on June 16th here at Inland Empire 66er Stadium, we have the Cali Empire hat giveaway, which is the Inland Empire with a Cal Bear inside of it.
Pretty darn sweet. Always great giveaways at the San Manuel Stadium and the home of the 66ers. As Carson Phillips, 2-2, a little high on that as he throws to Jacob Curiel. Phillips, high knee kick, delivers foul.
Phillips had a 6-4 record on the year with a .86 ERA, 4 shutouts, and 1 no-hitter.
Good golly. I can see why. He's got some very high release. He's a tall menace on that mound. Curiel stepping in there, staying in tight.
His motion is very calculated. Like, the left foot comes down, the right foot comes up. Very...
But that high kick and the high release, he pushes off really well off that back right foot.
What I really like is that left foot coming down and his toe pointing straight to home plate.
Curiel stepping in there, 4 foul balls here. Make that 5. So we could run out of baseballs, which would end the IEBCA Classic tonight, as Curiel seems to be hitting balls everywhere but the green part. Sitting them into the bleachers. Kids are getting some nice souvenirs, and as they're going to call that a little low and outside. You're hearing it from the fans as they thought Phillips had a strike there. So full count.
What I'm really noticing, especially for you youngsters listening right now, is don't show up never show up the umpire. Every time a player showed up the umpire walking off the mound or walking down to first thinking they got to walk, umpire will ring you up.
I'll tell you what, Phillips finally took care of Jacob Curiel after a long at-bat. Now batting Cameron Vollmer out of Hillcrest. A little funny story about Cameron's younger brother. Cameron's younger brother graduated high school, and I'm not kidding. I want to say he graduated, I think he was 10 or 11, and went on to, I think he has his doctorate.
Doogie Howser?
Yes, I'm not kidding you. The middle brother, which is his older brother, graduated high school, and I want to say he went to USC and graduated at SC at like 14.
Wow.
And they have a sister who was a world-class ice skater. Had a shot. She was a figure skater pairs, and tried. It was an All-American as a youth, and she is a Pepperdine University graduate, just like her father. But yeah, one of the Vollmer boys is a genius. As Vollmer hits it right up the middle for a base hit.
Almost took off the pitcher's face.
Yeah, Phillips nearly took a shot as Vollmer gets on to first base.
Outing number 24, Matt Ivanovich.
Matt Ivanovich out of Elsinore batting. Vollmer over at first. Phillips looks over, delivers down home for a strike.
Ivanovich, 407 batting average on the year. 6 triples, 25 RBIs.
By the way, 4-2 in favor of Riverside over San Bernardino. Here at San Manuel Stadium, we are the Inland Sports Machine. You hear us every single weekday. Pep Fernandez and I on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports 1350 AM. You're watching us live and amplified on our YouTube channel. As we go play in this game that is at least a decade old. We've had a couple. We heard first it was the 8th annual. Now we're thinking it might be the 13th, 14th, or even longer.
I would say longer than 13. My brother, James Kono, played for Cajon back in 2004. And they played Riverside County All-Star versus San Bernardino County as well.
Well, Ivanovich just struck out. We have 2 outs. Cliff Brown, the batter out of Hemet, going to RCC. The left-handed hitter. Phillips throws back over to first. We're hearing it from the fans out here. A little cheering. It looks like the wave has started here at the stadium. Called strike. We have a lot of fans hanging out on the dugout. Looks like they have chairs out there or stools or something. Kind of a cool little sitting area.
Well, they have the brand new sitting area here at San Manuel Stadium.
Pretty cool.
It's like a little cabana.
Cliff Brown, the batter, and he's going to strike out as Phillips gets all 3 on strikes. 4-2 Riverside lead as we go into the top of the 8th inning. As we are from San Manuel Stadium at the IEBCA Classic. We'll be right back. Well, it's the 8th inning here at the IEBCA Classic. I'm Jeff Gorham. He's Stephen Kono, and Billen just threw a wild pitch to Jacob Carlos of Silverado.
Looks like it tied him up. He couldn't even get out of the way of it. It kind of, I don't know where it hit him. Maybe the armpit or the ribs.
Billen playing the villain on that roll. He went inside, really inside. As we have Cameron Vollmer now playing first base. He was playing catcher earlier. And Billen throws to John Bike of Oak Hills, going to the University of Laverne.
Another player who has a lot of pop in his bat, 5 home runs on the year. And really knows how to watch pitches, 20 walks.
Just like riding a bike.
As easy as riding a bike.
And we're going to have a stolen base here. That's a pass ball.
Yeah, I don't know if signs got mixed up there. It doesn't seem like the catcher was expecting a fastball.
Carball with the steal out of Bloomington.
John Bike batting .341 on the year with a .571 slugging percentage.
Billen delivers. And 2 on here, no outs. So San Bernardino looking, winning run, the go-ahead run at home plate. 4-2 Riverside, top 8. Billen hits another. Steven Pedroza of Rialto. I didn't even get a chance to announce his name, as has been hit twice. I mean, he's been hit to two batters.
Again, we don't have a gun on Billen, but he's throwing very hard to where it's locking up the hitters, and it seems like they want to swing. But I would have maybe even argued that bat went off the knob of the bat.
We got bases loaded, no outs.
Looking good for San Bernardino County here.
Brian Delgado, the batter, out of San G, fouled away. 1-1, no outs.
Brian Delgado batting .289 on the year.
So Billen having a little problem with control issues. 2-1 here.
I'm actually surprised that the infielders aren't playing in. Unless they're still waiting for that, or at least the corners.
So 3-1. A chance for San Bernardino to cross another one at home plate. Billen throws a nice pitch there. Delgado. Full count, no outs.
Now we have the corners a little shallow with the middle in playing at double play depth, a little closer to second base. So you really have 2 giant holes.
Billen hits a shot, or Delgado a shot. 1 run will score.
And
Jacob Carlos crosses the plate, and we have a 4-3 ball game with no outs.
Shortstop actually almost played that ball perfectly. He actually hit it to where shortstop was going to cover second base, but hit a little too hard, just out of the reach.
Justin Schubert has a chance here to become the hero out of Redlands, going to New Mexico State. As we're at the top of the 8th. San Bernardino striking here, 4-3. We have a pitching change in.
Now pitching number 10, Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright, the new pitcher for Riverside out of Hemet High School, and taking his talents over to Wheelock at RCC in the fall. So no outs here. 4-3 Riverside hanging on to a slight lead. Riverside on 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. San Bernardino, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error.
Stephen Wright went 8-1 on the year with a 1.83 ERA.
Stephen Wright is also a fantastic comedian. I've enjoyed him for years. And I'm glad to see that he's making a comeback through his high school pitching. Played for the Red Sox. Great knuckleball pitcher. He's had some issues off the field, but it's nice to see that he's got a new start here at the IEBCA Classic.
Page running number 22, Justin Shield.
Justin Shield. Out of Summit High School, going to La Sierra University.
A little bit of a predicament here for Riverside County. Justin Shields at bat, batting .487 on the year. Not exactly the guy you want up when bases are loaded.
No, going to La Sierra University. Do not call it LSU. All right, it is actually Justin Schubert. We had a correction there. Justin Schubert out of Redlands. So it's Wright versus Schubert. Bottom of the 8th, 4-3. Riverside, 1-1. The count here. Left-handed versus right-handed. Sweet curveball. Called strike. 1-2. Great pitch by Wright. And that'll bring somebody across. That's 1. They're calling in the second. No play at home. We have a new leader. San Bernardino takes the lead at 5-4 here in the top of the 8th with 3 runs, no out still.
Schubert just hit that ball off the end of the bat. More of a muscle hit than anything, but getting it right up the middle past the infield.
So we'll start off with a 4-1. They put 3 on the board here in the 8th, 1 in the 7th, and 1 in the 4th.
I told you San Bernardino County, man, was coming back.
So the home field advantage here for San Bernardino. One and 0. George Chavez, the batter, out of Arroyo Valley.
Chavez batting .392 on the year. .523 on base percentage.
Pitch high and inside. Still no outs. 3 balls, no strikes. Riverside having all kinds of problems here in the top of the 8th inning. And that will once again load the bases. And we'll bring up Jacob Barriga out of Yucaipa, the CIF champion going to the University of Laverne, the outfielder.
Dual sport player, also played football. .389 batting average with a .500 slugging percentage.
So San Bernardino looking to add to their lead. Still no outs here. Top 8. 5-4 San Bernardino over Riverside.
Still with the shortstop and second baseman playing at double play depth, leaves those holes wide open on both sides of the infield.
Barriga the batter. Lefty versus lefty here. Called strike.
Nice pitch sweeping across the inside corner of the plate.
Three and one. Riverside look can possibly walk in a run here to add to their total. Called strike. Great pitch there.
Yeah, he took something off of that one. Barriga was not expecting off speed.
And that's a shot to left field. It's going to be caught. The tag. Relay no good. Another run will score. 6-4 San Bernardino. They put up 4 here in the top of the 8th. Still alive here with. That's just the first out. Runners on first and second. By far the longest inning we've had here tonight, or half an inning.
Absolutely. Most action, to be honest.
Very much so.
Chris Harden batting .429 on the year with a .583 on base percentage.
Going to the University of Redlands. Call strike. 1-1. 1 out here. Almost 2.5 hours. The IEBCA Classic at San Manuel Stadium.
And it looks like Riverside has another pitcher up in their bullpen.
Another lefty getting the warm up.
I wouldn't imagine they're going to let him go too far if things start getting carried away.
For another off-speed pitch. A strikeout, that brings up 2 outs. And Jacob Carlos out of Silverado is the batter. Runners on first and second. Beautiful evening at San Manuel Stadium. Home of your 66ers and the Kukuyas. Fear the Kukuyas.
It's the Cucuys.
Kukuyas?
Cucuys.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm new to this ball game here. This terminology that, oh, great play there. Says fear the Kukuyas every Thursday out there in left field. I always fear the Kukuyas.
Do you know what a Cucuy is?
Yeah, it's one of those night creatures that'll come attack you and eat you while you sleep.
It's a Hispanic version of the boogeyman.
Yeah, same thing. They'll eat you. I got a wild pitch. Runners will advance. Yeah, Kukui, you don't want to mess with those guys. I bet they have big teeth. They hide in your closet or under your bed, and when you go to sleep, they eat you. Is that about the right way to say it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just eat you up. Usually you have to be 13 years or younger, but
No. Yeah, if you're listening, boys and girls, if you're under 13, look under your bed in your closet. If you see a Kukui, don't turn your lights off. Stay awake all night and all day, or live somewhere else. 3-1, top of the 8, 6-4, San Bernardino.
Jacob Carlos at bat. .426 batting average on the year. 18 stolen bases.
Uh-oh. And another runner will score. So it bounced off the shin guard of the catcher there, and third base runner was smart enough to see it and got another run across. So 5 runs across here in the top of the 8th inning, 7-4 San Bernardino. This is John Bike, the batter. I think we've seen him earlier this inning.
We have officially batted around.
Bike pedaled around the first time. Let's see if he can get around the second time. The left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. And Bike, foul ball there. Johnny Olerud Ryan over there on third base coach, and great batting helmet. And a lot of young kids out here enjoying themselves.
I want to say the helmets for coaches are a must now.
That is a must by CIF rules. I kind of like the matte blue color that Johnny Olerud Ryan is wearing over there from Rialto. It's very hip to have matte colors. You know, I have a matte black Jeep. It's not meant to be matte because it's dirty, but it looks matte. And that will end the top of the 8th as San Bernardino gets 5 across. They leave 7-4 as we head on to the bottom of the 8th as Riverside has a shot to redeem themselves here on the Inland Sports Show from San Manuel.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Well, we are back here, getting close to the conclusion of the annual IEBCA Classic between Riverside and San Bernardino. And I'll tell you what, San Bernardino just put up 5 in the top of the 8th. Let's see if Riverside can manage to get back in this ball game here at the bottom of the 8th as Zuko Tillman is the new pitcher for San Bernardino.
Zuko Tillman went 0-3 on the year with a 1.91 ERA.
And I believe this is our speedy base runner from Patriot High School, Gabriel Ramos, who walked twice and sprinted both times. So we're getting a third look at him as he bats here in the bottom of the 8th.
Always love appreciation of a player that hustles no matter what.
2-1. Count. 2-2 as the swing from Ramos.
Gabriel Ramos, 400 batting average with a couple of dingers.
I like the wristbands or tape on that arm, and that's going to be a base hit.
Sat back beautifully on that curveball.
As he sprints again, once again, he's been on there 3 times tonight. And I blame it on the wristbands, because I'll tell you what, anybody that wears a wristband works hard. They are a blue-collar baseball player, and he is just that guy. Going to Azusa Pacific University. Tillman started out playing first base, has now moved on over to the being a pitcher. No outs here. Bottom of the 8th inning. I'm Jeff Gorham. He's Stephen Kono. And he is that Stephen Wright? Jared Billen is actually the batter. Billen steps in. 0-2 the count. No outs. Tillman throws. Pass ball, and it looks like Ramos is going to easily walk into second base.
Yeah, another wild pitch. I guess it's not 100% surprising with different catchers facing different pitchers all game.
Lefty throws. 2-2. No outs here. Bottom of the 8th, 7-4 San Bernardino. As the pitcher and catcher communicate with one another. The exchanging of new baseballs. There's been many foul balls hit here. A lot of souvenirs for the kids. Tillman delivers. Billen is safe at first.
Almost a great play by the third baseman, overthrowing it.
And Riverside gets a run as Gabriel Ramos
Never stops running.
He is always on his feet, and we have a one run here in the bottom of the 8th, and it cuts the lead to 7-5. San Bernardino still with the lead. Damian Sanchez from John W. North is the batter going to UC Riverside, playing for the great coach. Another pass ball there as Riverside has a man on second base.
Damian Sanchez at the plate, batting .318 on the year, 6 stolen bases with 4 triples. Knows how to find the gaps.
To another great recruit by Troy Percival, as he brings in a lot of Riverside and local players. They continue that youth movement for the Highlanders. 2-1. Swing and a miss there by Sanchez. Tillman, the pitcher. Low and outside. You're on a Friday night. Almost 2 hours and 40 minutes into this ball game. And once again, catcher having a little problem holding on to that baseball. Is now Riverside has a chance to take the lead here. 7-5, bottom of the 8th inning. Still no outs, Stephen Kono, as Jaden Kiernan from Corona up to bat.
Jaden Kiernan, 4-year varsity starter, .418 on the year, 3 home runs, 10 doubles.
Well, looks like they're going to have a quorum. A little meeting of the minds at the pitcher's mound as San Bernardino is going to discuss what's going on, as they have Riverside has runners on the corners. It looks like they might change pitchers here.
Either that or talking about dinner plans.
I think they're actually going to change the catcher. They're going to bring in a new catcher, Stephen Kono.
Also a new pitcher, or just are we going with the catcher?
I think they're going with just a catcher. Appears there's something wrong with our catcher, so they're going to bring in a new catcher. And he's going to go out and communicate with the pitcher and figure out what's going on here. As we are in the bottom of the 8th inning, 7-5 in favor of San Bernardino, but Riverside is looking to score with 2 base runners on with no outs here. And Jaden Kiernan from Corona High School is your batter. Power hitter looking to regain the lead here. The product going to Pac-12 University of Utah. Natural catcher. As we're going to stick with Zuko Tillman on the mound as we resume action here from San Manuel Stadium.
Kiernan 5'10", coming in at 215 pounds.
He is a stud.
I'm also a big fan of the taped wrists. Armbands it's just a slide on. Taped wrists, it takes.
It makes you look like a prize fighter, ready to go. There seems to be a lot of communication errors going on right here. Just to get a pitch off. No outs here.
Seems like they're communicating with Johnny Ryan, assistant coach from Rialto.
Johnny Olerud Ryan?
That's correct. It honestly seems that Zuko has a very deceptive speed from how his arm comes and the ball actually coming out of it.
High and outside, 2-0. A possibility here of Riverside, who held a 4-1 lead going into the 7th, where San Bernardino put one across and 5 across in the 8th. Riverside looking to get back in this ball game by one swing of the bat from Jaden Kiernan.
No outs, I believe, as well.
No outs. Runners on the corner. Tillman delivers. Swung on. 2-2.
It's a great pitch. Painting the outside black of that plate.
Kiernan really tight on that home plate. And there it is. There's a base hit. That will bring one across. And that will be just a single. But Kiernan, the RBI single, as they score again, making it a one-run game, 7-6. San Bernardino, no outs. 2 runs across for Riverside in this inning. And Zuko Tillman on top of the mound as he pitches to Jamie Olson of Vista Murrieta. First pitch outside, ball 1.
"37 Inland Empire schools being represented in this all-star game.
Two balls, no strikes, no outs. 7-6. San Bernardino's are holding on by the string of their teeth. It is a close ball game. Riverside 6 runs on 12 hits. San Bernardino 7 runs on 6 hits. Called strike, 2-1. Jamie Olson, the batter, once again out of Vista Murrieta. And that is a playable ball, and it's going to be foul. 2-2.
Jamie Olsen batting 424 on the year.
You know, it's funny. You listen to all these stat lines, and if you follow the Major League Baseball, you saw 424. You go, holy cow! But it seems like every single guy in this game is batting 400 or has an ERA under 1. These are incredible stats. That's why these guys are all stars, and that's why we get the best from the area. And that will do it for Olsen as he goes down on strikes. That's the first out by Zuko Tillman and San Bernardino. 7-6. San Bernardino over Riverside here at the IEBCA Classic. From San Manuel Stadium, I'm Jeff Gormy. Steve Kono. He's Pep Fernandez. He's directing, producing, and writing this entire ball game. Best writer of sports I've ever seen.
It's just like the WWE. We know who's going to win.
Scripted, very scripted. He didn't tell us who's going to win, but after the game, he's going to let us know it.
He wrote it down.
He wrote it down. Eddie Rivero, the batter out of King, the shortstop. 0-2. Tillman working himself out of this little quandary here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 across for Riverside. 7-6 still in favor of San Bernardino. Outfield playing shallow. Tillman delivers high and outside.
Because of the pitcher's speed, it looks like the right fielder is hugging the right field line more than usual, leaving a bigger gap than usual between the 8 and 9 hole.
Yeah, there's a big. They probably couldn't even throw it that far. That's a big distance between the two. 2-2 count here. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Beautiful night here at San Manuel. No sign of the mountains in the background anymore. As the ball is fouled away and landed in one of the luxury boxes here. Home of the 66ers and the Cucuys. Full count here.
Off-speed pitch didn't break.
No movement in the bullpen of San Bernardino. Looks like they're going to stick with Zuko Tillman. And the pitch. And we have the bases are loaded, my friend Stephen Kono.
Yeah, it seems he's having a little bit of control issues. Pitcher setting up on the outside multiple times, and it's sailing inside.
Looks like the skip, Brandon Ponce, is going to bring in a new pitcher. It looks like he's going to bring in Anthony Gutierrez out of Yucca Valley, who's going to be going to College of the Desert.
Anthony Gutierrez, a 1-1 record this year with a .150 opponent batting average.
Actually, it's Devin Lopez out of Cajon High School. Everybody's number 7. There's 9 number 7s out here. I'm sorry. So, yeah, Devin Lopez.
On that correction, we have 4-4 on the year with a 1.33 ERA.
He's not even listed as a pitcher on my roster, so I just assumed it. We've had the other 4 7s have played.
He has a 1.93 opponent batting average.
Well,
39 Ks and 15 walks.
You know, if I was pitching, I would be a little weird. A little weird by four guys just standing right behind me. They're not my buddies. You know, I've seen them probably a couple times during the year, but I would probably look at them and go, hey, guys, can you back up a little bit? Give me a little room.
I mean, they got to be a little bit of buddies. They're still travel ball. That's
still
grew up
really
with each
close.
other.
I don't want anybody that close to me. I don't even like my own kids that close to me, for gosh sakes. And I like my kids, but not that much. So we got Devin Lopez is now going to pitch. He's going to San Diego State. He's going to play in one of the nicest baseball stadiums, college baseball stadiums I have ever seen, Tony Gwynn Stadium. All completely funded by Tony Gwynn when he was the alumni.
Steven Strasburg, another alumni and recruit, actually, by the great Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn caught me stealing baseballs out of his clubhouse when a buddy of mine, Tim Hatch, and I went and raided their locker room, and Tony Gwynn walks in and says, what are you doing? I said, I'm stealing your baseballs, Tony Gwynn. Will you sign one for me? He obliged, and we laughed, got a good chuckle out of it, and I was working a basketball camp, and Tony Gwynn was right there. So Tony Bullard out of John W. North is the batter. He has a chance to be the hero here with one out, bottom of the eighth, 7-6 San Bernardino, the IEBCA Classic.
Tony Bullard was actually chosen for the USA 2016 17 and under national team.
Good golly, pretty good. Going to a Pac-12 school. And that will bring one across. That will tie the ball game. As another JW North, Damian Sanchez crosses the plate.
I'm not sure if that would go down as a wild pitch or a passed ball on the catcher.
I would have to say passed ball.
It didn't seem very wild.
No.
But it is all tied up.
We are tied 7-7 as we hit almost the third hour of this ball game.
And with one out, infield will play in. Prevent that winning run from crossing the plate.
0-2 to Bullard. And he's going to strike out. 2 outs. 7-7 tie. Bottom of the eighth inning.
What a huge strikeout for Devin Lopez, though. Runners on second and third.
And now, number 13. Is that Aaron Eden? Is that Norco High School? That is Aaron Eden started out as a pitcher. He is now going to come in and try to clean up what he started, which was a great pitching debut and that's going to be low. And that's going to bring a run across. 8-7 Riverside as they take the lead.
And really nothing that San Bernardino could do. Just a ball in the dirt. Catcher kept it in front, but got away a little too far down the right field the right field line. Brought home another run.
8-7, 2 outs here. Bottom of the eighth, 4 across for Riverside here. So they're looking to add more here. And that will do it. That will bring another across.
Aaron Eden letting the ball travel, taking it the opposite way to right center.
Eddie Rivero will score, and that will give Riverside a 2-run cushion here.
Looks like they're going to pinch a run for Aaron Eden at first base. With Scroggins.
Scroggins, the batter. Scroggins is the pinch runner, you're correct. I'm trying to figure out who the batter is. Looks like number 20, but I don't have a 20 on my roster. maybe Cruz Barrios out of Santiago is what we're kind of, looks like a Santiago uniform here. So let's say it's Cruz Barrios going headed to RCC with 2 outs here. And another ball pitched there, bouncing in front of home plate. It's been a good one, and this 8th inning, both teams putting 5 across. Low and outside, 2-1.
I'm noticing a lot of pitchers are living on that outside corner. Louisiana fastball by you.
So we got 2s right across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 9-7 Riverside. And that will do it as we go into the 9th inning.
Here we go.
It is for all the marbles at the IEBCA Classic from San Manuel Stadium.
How you guys doing today? Ray Bass here from Boost Training. I'm here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip is all about speed. We're talking about the weighted sled push. Come check it out. So when it comes to the weighted sled sprint, it's all about strength endurance. More specifically, building strength within the hips, the knees, and the calves. All right? So whatever sport you play, if you got to be strong and fast, sled sprints are for you. So I'm going to have Sawyer go ahead and get his hand placement right. We're going to get his hand about mid-height on that bar. He's going to back his feet out. He's going to bend his elbows and really get in the prowler here. Okay, so what I'm looking for here, when I say go, he's going to drive his knees very powerfully, and he wants to apply as much force against the ground as he can. That's what it's all about, how much force we can apply against the ground. All right, so ready, set, go. So there you have it, the weighted sled sprint. If you're not doing it, you definitely want to add it to your regimen to get strong and fast, and we're doing right here at Boost. How you guys doing today?
We are back here for the final stanza, top of the 9th. Riverside holding a 9-7 lead after putting 5 across there in the bottom of the 8th inning. Riverside, 9 runs, 13 hits, no errors. San Bernardino, 7 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. We're going to go to the top 9. Cliff Brown of Hemet is on the mound. Cliff Brown headed to RCC in the fall. Let's see if San Bernardino has what it takes to send this game to the bottom of the 9th.
I'll tell you what, though, they have a tall task ahead of them. Brown is 9-1 on the year with a .59 ERA.
Marco Carbajal is the batter from Bloomington, headed to Chaffey College. Played catcher and third base this evening. So we got lefty against righty. 9th inning, 2-run lead for Riverside.
Looks like Brown starts out of the stretch kind of like a Troy Percival with the arm angle.
The dropped arm. I love that.
Very much like Craig Kimbrell.
Yes. Called strike.
Marco Carbajal, 4-year starter. .354 batting average with an .881 OPS.
And now we've got a 1-1, no outs. 9-7 lead for Riverside. Foul tip. You know, last year we had a game here at the IEBCA Classic where was it a tie ball game that we ended up having to, we played the entire 9 just so we got some extra at-bats here. Justin Solis, the president of the IEBCA, over there talking to the coaches. I'm sure they're going to let us know, but that looks like that's going to be a base hit or, a great play for the out. An amazing catch from the right fielder out there.
Yeah, if that umpire wasn't out there, I would have thought it was a trap, but he was right on top of that play.
That was Nathan Hammerling of Citrus Hill going to Lakeland University. The big thing about that, if you notice, his hat stayed on.
Did it?
It did. Remember when he was pitching, it fell off every time he
Maybe they got him that rubber band.
What a diving play, a great play, and that's 1 out. Cliff Brown. Great pitch right down the pipe. Another great pitch by Brown. Steve Ramirez, the batter out of Etiwanda High School.
304 batting average, 24 RBIs with 12 doubles.
One and 2, 1 out. Top 9, 9-7, Riverside. Cliff Brown on the mound. He delivers. Gonna be low and outside. Foul tip. 2 and 2.
Fouled straight back. If that net wasn't there, Jeff, it would have saved your life, just so you know. If you were ever wondering.
And I would have granted you saving my life. I would have allowed it tonight. I do not want to die in a press box. Well, that's going to be hit up high, it looks like.
Yeah, that's a definite major league pop-up. A lot harder than it looks, popping out to second base right there. When the ball is that high in the sky with these lights, they can get lost. It's more like having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 suns out here instead of just the one sun where you have to focus on.
Yeah, Damian Sanchez of North with a catch there at second base. Looks like Brown is, Cliff Brown going for the win here. And called strike. 0-1. 2 outs here. 9-7 Riverside. Cliff Brown looking to close it out here. And called strike 2. 1 strike. And 1 out away from a victory here at the IEBCA Classic. And kind of a tough call there. It looked like it might have been just across the plate, but ump calls it a little outside. Going to be foul ball. That would have been extra bases there.
I say, wow, almost took out the umpire.
Brian Delgado of Sanji, the batter. And that will do it. What can Brown do for you? Cliff Brown closes out this game 9-7 Riverside over San Bernardino in this IEBCA Classic from San Manuel Stadium. We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to close out this great game that was played tonight here on a Friday. Steve Cohen and I will have our closing remarks, and we will be right back on the Inland Sports Show.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Well, that will do it from San Manuel Stadium as we close out another classic here from the IEBCA Classic. San Bernardino versus Riverside. Riverside walks away with a 9-7 win here in the bottom of the 8th as they close out the 9th inning. Stephen, what were your thoughts on this game tonight?
I thought it was a great game. Slow up until about the 8th inning, though.
8th inning, 10 runs in the 8th inning.
Yeah, 10 runs, but the pitching was absolutely outstanding.
Well, we had a great time. We hope that you join us every single day on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports 1350. I'm Jeff Gorham. He's Stephen Kono. He's Pep Fernandez. And that will do it from us tonight here in San Manuel Stadium. Once again, Riverside 9, San Bernardino 7. That will do it. See you next time on the Inland Sports Channel. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
Good night.